Jason Boice from Executive Real Estate, and we're here for today's Just a Tip Tuesday. And we're answering a question from my buddy Steve Lanzett. Shout out to my CrossFit buddy and new father, Steve Lanzett. Congratulations to Nora. Steve asked, what are the pros and cons of building versus buying? So we're going to cover that today. So, buying an existing house, it's going to be lower cost. You're buying something that's already there versus building brand new. It's just going to be lower cost. You can physically see it. Some people have I wouldn't say problem, but some people struggle with creativity and envisioning something. So when you're looking at plans on a piece of paper, some people struggle with what it's going to be. With an actual house, you can walk through it, you can feel the space, and you can physically be in it. That's a lot more comforting to some people. You're going to have more options in developed areas. If you have lots for sale, there are generally going to be less lots for sale, less building lots for sale than there are homes in most areas, unless it's very rural. It's faster. On average, it takes about 4 months from when you decide you want to buy a house to when you actually own it. Now that varies depending on how long it takes you to look and find. But once you get a house under contract, right now you're looking at about 6 weeks to close, right? So it's a much faster process. And there's better financing available. The government wants you to be homeowner, so there's FHA financing, there's conventional financing with assistance, so you can get into a great loan, 30-year fixed loan, at about 3.5% down if you go FHA, 5 to 10% if you go conventional. So there's great financing options for existing homes. The cons of buying an existing home: higher maintenance costs. Now that's going to vary depending on the age of the home, the age of the mechanical components, the age of the roof, the age of the siding, the type of the siding. There's a lot of variables, but when comparing to building new, you're going to have higher maintenance costs because the age of the house is older. Anytime something's older, people included, more maintenance costs. Less energy efficient. Again, going to depend on the age of the home. A home built in 1900, unless it's been completely remodeled, is going to be less energy efficient than a home built in 1980. As building codes have increased, as regulations on insulation and stuff has increased, homes have become more energy efficient. And you'll have to compromise on the floor plan. What's there is what you have. Now you can go renovate afterwards, and then there's an additional cost to that. But you basically have what's there, minus whatever you want to do renovation-wise. So that's buying a home. Building a home can be 100% customizable. Now that's going to vary based on the builder you use, what their capabilities are. If you're buying a tract home where you may be able to only pick certain finishes, or if you're buying a lot and then shopping your builder for something 100% customizable. So that depends, but you're going to have a lot more customization as far as if you're 100% customizable, you can have it designed by an architect and do whatever you want. If you're buying a type of tract home, then you may only be able to customize certain things and certain options within the home, but still much more customizable than buying something that's existing. You have lower maintenance costs, at least for the first 20 years. Because everything's brand new. The mechanicals are brand new, the siding, the windows, the roof, everything's brand new. Now the lifespan on a lot of those things is generally 20 to 25 years. So once you hit that point, you may have a lot of maintenance costs all of a sudden racking up within like a 5-year period. But for 20 to 25 years of living there, you're going to have very little maintenance costs. The home's also going to be more energy efficient. With current codes and current building materials, things are just more energy efficient. The envelope is wrapped tighter, so there's less air infiltration. So heating, cooling costs are just going to be much lower. Same thing with appliances, all those things, even the wiring, the electrical components, everything is just more energy efficient. Now, the cons of building: you're going to more money out of your pocket. You're going to have to buy the lot Now you can do some type of lot financing, but generally you're gonna have to put more down, and then you have to finance the construction. So more often than not, unless you do a package deal with a builder, something you're gonna be doing financing or paying cash for the lot, and then financing for construction, all of which have more out-of-pocket costs than 3.5% to 5% down, which you can get buying an existing house. The cost is going to be higher. You're building new, right? So you're paying the cost for current materials, current labor wages, regulations, all those things are wrapped into the current cost. So it's going to be higher. There's also unknown costs, right? A builder will give you a price, and that's generally going to cover things, but right, you may pick out the really nice tile or the really nice granite that costs more money than the allowance that the builder allotted in the quote. So your price is going to go up. Or during construction, especially during excavation, you might hit ledge. That gets expensive fast because you usually have to blast or something to clear out the ledge, right? So there are a number of unknown costs when you're building new. So you could have a $400,000 budget or cost, an estimate from the builder, and it could end up costing $450,000, $500,000. I've definitely known people who have run into those situations. When you start to hit ledge and other things with excavation, costs add up very quickly. And time. To build a new house, I mean, you're still looking at the same time aspect to buy the lot, but then you got to go through the planning aspect, get all your plans approved, right? You got to go through the approval process with the town, get all your permits, and then you actually have to go through the time to build. So typically a new build is going to take you anywhere from 12 to 16 months. So just know that going in. So in a nutshell, pros and cons of building versus buying. To each their own. It depends on your situation, what your finances are, and what your time is that you have to go through with the process. Any questions, shoot me a message. Be more than happy to answer them for you. And until next time, see you later.